Howdy ho! It has been over a month since we last played PLO here on Wednesday evenings, and now we are back in 2015. We have about 1.5 to 2 minute delay, so we're going to have around 2 minute delay for security reasons and for those who have just joined us this year. We're going to play PLO on 4 tables, probably some more. Today we're going to start with PLO25, and we have the damn. Just a second, I have to find this player. And I'm going to sit on each table with him. Oh, and okay. Now I just have to put this here. Bada bing. This VK44 is a real good customer, and he's here with big stacks on 2 tables. So let's see what happens. I'm just going to pot him because the pot is so small here on table 1. We are playing heads up. Wow. The tables that he's sitting are probably the worst ones in terms of average VPIP, but when he's on the table there's definitely value. So I'm going to try to find good tables. I'm going to c-bet here because he's not check-raise enough. He's fishing in a way that he calls with weak hands and stacks off light. And here when he donks on the turn, I have only open-ender, so I'm just going to give up. On some other topics today, I'm going to talk about short stacking. I think it was our member Rolfem who asked about short stacking in PLO. Is it good or is it not? I have my own opinion, so I'm going to talk about that. But let's open up the tables and hope these are good ones. I'm going to open a couple of more tables to the outside, so in case some of these are bad, we are going to switch. Yeah, I'm going to explain why I don't think short stacking is a good way to play PLO. On table 2, I'm going to 3-bet for pot. It's pretty good aces. We're often going to hit something. And here, thing is that if he's a regular, he can shove on me with any flush draw. But most of the regulars are not going to raise light there. Raise lightly on 3-bet pots. And here I'm just 3-betting basically for value because he's going to call with many hands that I dominate. And on this board I'm going to make a half pot C, but if he raises me, he has me crushed. So I'm not worried that he's going to exploit me. Because he is pretty fishy player, if I can use that verb, or what's the word for? It's not a verb, it's, I don't know, it's in English. You have to help me out on here. So when you're commenting about the hands because of the delay, please say the table 1, 2 on the top, 3, 4 on the bottom. Say the table and what was my hand, because then we have the delay. So I'm going to find the replayer here. Where is our replayer? Wow, I thought it opened somewhere. No, in here. So and then I'm going to find the hand. And on table 1 he 3-bets me and we missed the board, so just let it go. What books advise playing short? Especially in PLO. And more, if they advise on playing short stack, why? What is the reason? I'm really interested in about what's the reason for playing short stack. I'm going to raise him on this board, but when he calls me we are pretty much crushed. So I'm just going to give up. Now he puts me, so. On table 4, I'm going to make a call down. Of course, when I hit the nuts, effective nuts on the turn. He's not that aggressive on the river, so I'm going to get called if he has weak ace. I don't think he has queen often when he checks the turn. Wow. Well, he has other hands than quads in his range definitely. Now he raise folds me on the river, which is super strange. I have no idea what that means. But yeah, that line looks a lot like it's a quads. Here he shoves the flop. And 3-bet. Lot of overpairs. I can't stack off with just the flush draw there. Because when he pots, he definitely has something, and he has only jack and king high flush draw, so he cut it in with almost 0% equity. Wow. That is something. On table 4 he min 3 bets. Interesting line. One runner, 2 pairs. Oh, slot boom. Well, that book is pretty old. But still, if he has good explanation why short stacking is a good way to play, I'm interested to hear. On table 4, interesting river bet. because the flop was checked, turn was checked, and on the river he bets, and we actually beat any queen. So 27-27. I'm probably going to call here. Oh, he had a pair of queens. Makes sense. But yeah, he's representing pretty narrow value bet range hit there when he checks the turn. And we block one of the queens ourselves. He makes a small raise on us, sort of aggressive player. The thing is that our hand is not going to improve. So I thought about, should I check back here, but there's so many draws that I'm just going to fold. And when I have a bigger sample size on table 3, if he raises a lot on the flops, then I'm going to adjust. But when we have no history, I'm not going to make a huge plays without any reads. On the table 3, after 3-bet, I'm going to c-bet this ace-high board. Of course, I have pretty much nothing unless we get a huge backdoor draw on the turn, but we should have some folding equity. About playing short, the reason why I don't like it is just short stacking is or has been earlier one way to learn Texas Hold'em, and the idea in short stacking is that you don't have to make big decisions on turn or river, because basically when you open the pot and you see but the flop, you are getting most of your stack in. So the idea is that your pre-flop range is such a good one that it doesn't matter if your opponents know that you're opening less, you can value from worse hands. But in PLO, when the equities are so close pre-flop, I'm not sure if you open even with a good range, because even if the opponent range is almost 100%, he still has 40% equity pre-flop. And if you have SPR1 on the flop or 2, then where does your money come from? Where's your edge? It's probably not in pre-flop range, because you can't use your equity edge, which happens when you dominate your opponent's hand often. And it's other thing when you're playing short stack at higher stakes. Here we have top pair, gut shot, flush draw. Probably just going to call. So when you're playing at higher stakes, the idea in short stacking is that when you get the money in with the short stack, 2 deeper stacks are going to bluff each other off from the main pot, because there's going to be a side pot to fight for. That's not the case at micros. So at higher stakes you get a lot of dead money in the pot. And that's how Jens Kyllönen has made a lot of money at higher stakes. Because here he 3 bets 10, 9, 7 double suited. Yeah, of course we're going to call. And we flop 2 pairs. I'm going to get it in versus him. If he has kings, then it sucks. But if he has aces with flush draw, we are flipping, and if he has just a flush draw, we are often ahead. And he has he has huge draw. And he lets runner 2 pairs. He was actually ahead of us on the flop, so kind of unlucky. Yeah, nice flop for him. Open ender with the nut flush draw. At micros there's no dead money in the pot. So when you're playing short stack, I think you're giving up a lot of value, because most of the value, especially at micros, comes on the river. When you're dominating, the biggest bets are made on the river, and when you are playing like 40 or 50 BP stack, you give up a lot of those good river spots where you're actually going to make the money. And every time in poker, to make money, you have to have edge. Like, where does your money come from? The opponent has to make more mistakes than you do, and when you are playing short stack, it's hard for your opponents to make big mistakes. So, I don't believe in short stacking at micros. Just play and learn to play with 100 BP stacks. You can earn more money. Because then you can get huge river values for your hands. On the outside table, I'm going to 3-bet this guy, and when he 4-bets, I'm just going to get it in, because he has only $3 behind and he has 6s and 4s, and we have to hit something, and we do hit the pair of 7. Woo! Rare to win 3-bet board with pair of 7, but I think I won pre-flop all-ins with ace high on the river. And that was something like, oh my god, how is it that possible, man? Opponent had a rundown, and I have an ace high rundown, and he bets the turn. I'm going to call. I'm not sure. I can make him fold ace king. What I have found out that people don't like to fold sets on 1-bet, and I have 2 pairs. If I had only an ace, I probably would bet here, but I have some showdown value, so I'm going to check back, and he has the flush, second nut flush. Did he have anything else? Yeah, 2 pairs. Probably was check calling me on the river. I'm going to show you one hand from here. An example of why there's so much variance in PLO. Like, someone opens, we make a small 3-bet with rundown, for isolation when we have only jack high flush draw. I don't want to play multi-way pot. He calls me, flop is 9 high, we have a top pair and actually this rainbow board. We bet and he pots. Now, when we think about his range, he opens from under the gun. Yeah, he have set of 7s, 3s, 9s with 2 pair type of hands. He has some rundowns and he has some 9 XXX hands, or he's just bluffing. He thinks this board doesn't hit our range. So when I make a c-bet, I have to know what to do if he raises me, and I decided that if he raises me on this board, I'm going to hit it in. If I don't want to call his probable raise, then I think I have to check back and see the turn. On this board, bet folding is, in my opinion, the worst possible decision. But yeah, he raises me and I get it in, and he has 5, 5, 4, 6. So he has a 8 outer inside wrap with the 2 backdoor flush draws. And we both make a straight on the first one. We have the higher one and trips on the second, so we scoop the pot. Was it this? Where was the hand? Oh, I lost it already. I think this is the same guy. I can't remember because I can find the hand where I 3-bet him. Oh yeah, this one. So it's different. Same position but different guy. Where's the hand? Yeah, in here. It's going to see it in a while. He opens for button, we 3-bet with the rundown. Just going to see on the outside. All the action is now on the outside table. Yeah. We 3-bet and we flop bottom to an open ender. We see, but he calls turn. We get the straight and the flush draw. Now we have 2 options or 3 options. We can check fold, check call, or bet. And when I bet, he's going to fold a lot of jack XXX hands, overpairs. All of his weak hands he's going to fold. And if he has a flush, he's going to raise me or call me. So against flushes, I'm going to lose my bet anyway, no matter if I check call or bet myself. So I'm not that worried about putting 1 bet in. I'm definitely not going to check fold when the flush completes when I have the straight. So I decided to check, and if he bets, I'm going to check call. But he checks behind. So that's pretty good sign that he doesn't have the flush. I think he would have bet the flush a lot of times. So now on the river, I don't see any value in betting. If he has some garbage hand, he might bluff me. If I bet for value, he might call me with the trip jacks, because he just can't fold them. But I decided to check, and he bets less than half a pot. Might be small flush, but I don't think he's ever betting small flush here when the river pairs the board. And as he shouldn't have any high flushes, I think it's a pretty easy call, and he has pretty funny hand. Middle pair with nothing. But interesting turn. Most of the tough decisions happen when we are out of position, because playing out of position sucks. So the crease fish left here. He min-raised me on the flop, so I have no idea. He might have the set, but I'm blocking 10s and 5s. And he pots the turn. Might be a set, but he also might have a draw. So when the turn and river doesn't compete, then he draws from the flop. I'm going to make a hero call on the river, and he has only a draw himself. So I think his bet sizing gave up a lot of information there. On the feedback thread, someone asked about how about in the end going through with some of the interesting hands. Yeah, that's the plan every week, but I forget to mark the hand. So if there's any interesting hand that you want to focus on at the end of the session, please let me know. I'm going to fold to 3 with ace king 5 because most of the time I'm just going to hit some kind of top pair and draw, just to draw, and it's going to be really nasty spot because there's not a lot of flops where I can put my money in as a favorite. So I'm just going to fold to 3 bet out of position. Here he check raises us. We have top 2 and open ender, so of course we're credited in. Let's see what he has, and he has aces with the flush draw. And we probably win the pot, and we do. Wow. Now that's something that I just don't understand. We are pretty much almost 100 pp deep. Oh yeah, he 3-betted us. Yeah, sorry. Forgot the action. But anyway, he 3-bet us. Check raises. Of course, we are getting it in. We have a great hand in 3-bet pot. But when he check raises, yeah, his range is probably aces with the flush draw. And we might be a small favorite here. Yeah, 51. We are crushing him. On table 1, we actually make the straight. And on table 3, we have the nuts. And on the turn we have nuts and the flush draw, so we continue barreling. And on the river we have the backdoor flush. And he has been bluffing before, how to get most value. Let's see what he does. And he bets. I don't think there's a lot of profit in raising, but of course we have to call. And sometimes he has the higher flush, sometimes he doesn't. And this time he has nothing. No, not even a straight. Oh, he had a straight. Why would he bet the straight? Oh my god. Oh, should have called here. Wow. Why would he bet the river with his straight? Because I'm only going to call with flushes, and if I don't have flush, I'm going to fold. Wow. Or maybe he thought that if I have a set, I'm going to call the river. Yeah, well, that might make sense, but I might bluff the flop with flush draw, fire the turn with the flush draw, and probably some kind of open ender or cut shot. So I think he should check call the river instead of betting himself. Would have open so tight players here. I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm not sure if I explained the short stacking stuff clearly enough. So if I didn't just ask me more, because there was so much going on that I'm not sure, I can't even remember what did I say. Did I say all that I wanted about short stacking? Why it's not profitable at lower stakes in my mind. Aces on table 1, woo! And double suited aces, of course, we 3-bet. And we hit the straight. Wow, that's interesting. I don't think there's much value in betting. I let him to bluff me, and when he doesn't, he has just an overpair. When we bet, we just can't get value from him. Oh, too bad he didn't 3-bet us, 4-bet us. We would have been pretty huge favorites. So, in short, playing short stack is just missing value in my mind. Because PLO is a post-flop game, and with short stacking you try to minimize the post-flop playing. And it works in Hold'em if you just are trying to learn the game, or you don't want to learn how to play with the bigger stacks. You want to have simple decisions without any thinking process. Because playing short stack you don't have to have that good thinking process. You don't have to learn about implied odds and pot odds and that kind of stuff that much. So short stacking is for those who are too lazy to learn how to play poker, in my mind. And it works in Hold'em, where pre-flop equity differences are high. But in PLO, where pre-flop equities are almost 50-50 always, there's not much you gain, or not much edge when you are trying to play short stack. Here on table 3, I'm just going to call them. We have the nuts on the flop and it's a rainbow flop, so we don't have to protect our hand. And now we actually get people to call us and we have the nuts, so yeah, money in, and he's drawing 13% and we split the pot down. We were pretty huge favorites. In high stakes, it's the dead money. Like, when people are playing with deep stacks, and, oh, we have a huge hit on outside table. I hope we get action from the grease fish. We are 200 pp's deep. Wow. I hope he shoves on me. Oh, dear! Oh my god, we have like a dream come true. Oh, I have to show this hand. 200 pp's deep, this is the jackpot of PLO. Yeah, he opens with 3-bet DDDD, and we flop, not flush draw, and 13 out of wrap. So we have the world. We see bet, he doesn't raise. Well, okay, we can live with that. On the turn we have the nuts and we have the flush draw, double flush draw. So we have pretty much everything. And I bet if he has king 9 he's going to stack off. He might shove on me something weaker hands. And he folds. On the outside table in a 3-bet board there's another another spot where the flop is 9 high, we have king 9 type of hand, and the opponent had ace 9 here. He had a flush draw too, but he was less than 100 pp's deep, so we have to stack off on the flop. Oh, we hit the nuts on table 1, aces on table 2. And he bets, if he has anything else than straights, it would be a mistake to call, and he roll fold the turn. So I'm going to shove. We have 40% against the straight, or something like that. And he doesn't have the straight. No, he has just a draw. So yeah, we were 78% favorite, so that's nice. Here he dunks into 2 people. And we have just aces, we cannot probably improve. So I'm just going to fold, because aces is just a bluff catcher, and my hand is not going to improve unless I hit the 2-outer on turn or river. So if I call the flop, I'm going to face a difficult turn and difficult river situations. And we have a player behind us, so even when we have huge hand pre-flop on this flop, it's not a huge hand, it's probably a paper. And hello to Kauris. Let's see what kind of tables we have. On table 2, there's not any fishy players. So I'm just going to step out. I'm going to fold ace king queen to use. It's a 3-card hand, and it's the second time the opponent opens with 34 hands, so his range is pretty strong. We have 3 hearts in our hands, and we block the second nut flush. So his range is so strong that I don't want to hit any top pair like king 7-5 type of flop when his range is pretty strong, or should be strong. Ace jack. They're shorty, so I'm going to pass this situation. Wow, he donks a lot. Well, second time. But yeah, it gets my attention when he donks second time, almost in a row. So let's pay attention to him. Might be that he has just hit his hand a couple of times, or then he's an aggressive dunker. Normally we shouldn't be worried about if we win or lose, but now when we are working with shared crowdfunding, we have to pay attention. If I bet, and well, he hasn't raised a lot, so yeah, I'm going to see bet. Now I'm going to check back and call the river. And when he checks, I'm just going to check back. And wow, he had aces. That's why out of position sucks. On the flop he calls with cut shot pretty much and bluff catcher. On the turn he hits the set of aces and he checks turn, checks rivers and misses all the value. So that's the reason why it's so hard to make money out of position even if you have a strong hand. Like if you have super duper aces pre-flop, making money out of position is super hard. And for imagination, think that you flop the nut flush out of position. What are your options? Like there's only bad options. How to get the most value. If you check, they might check behind. If you suddenly don't bet out of position, what hands they can call you with. So really hard to play out of position no matter what your hand is. And on the outside table we get value from our customer. He had 2 pairs on the river. We have the nuts and he calls almost a pot-sized bet. I'm not sure if I like his call, because what hands I can call flop and turn? Pretty much king, queen, 10 type of hands. If I have 10-9, I make the straight, there's no flush draws. If I'm slow playing ace-jack or set, I'm going to beat him anyway. So I think that the 7 is such a card that when I bet bigger, he actually should fold, because I shouldn't have that many bluffs in my range. If there's a flush draw on the flop, like this is jack of hearts, then I think his calling is better. 45 minutes and we haven't found, or we probably have found, but I haven't found a single hand that I can mark that we can analyze in the end. I'm so bad in this. Please say any interesting hand from today, even if it happens half an hour ago. If you remember what type of hand it was, just let me know so I can find it on my poker tracker and mark it, and we can go through it in the end. And this Chris guy 3-bets us. He's such an aggressive one that, yeah, I'm going to call in position. Let's see if we hit something. We have only a cut shot. And when he pots, just going to give up. I don't like his bet sizing, because on this board he shouldn't have anything strong. So if I raise here, he hopes he's just flipping. Most of the time he's just miles behind. Table 2 against the fish, I'm going to barrel the turn because it bears the board, but he just calls, so I'm going to check. He might have ace some of the time and we win with us straight. And he had 7, wow. Calls the flop with middle pair and hits it on the turn and doesn't get any value. Yeah, happens. Another hand on the outside table, and again we get the value. Wow, this is what he had. Jack 7 and he doesn't stack off. What's wrong with him? Wow. If I was him, I would just shove the turn. But yeah, let's see the hand. Now he opened from button, pretty wide range. The button open is 76%. So I'm going to 3-bet him, and we flop only a cut shot, nothing more, 2 backdoor flush draws. So he doesn't like to fold, so I'm not going to even c-bet here. This is a board where if he calls, we are in pretty nasty spots unless the turn is the jackpot. 9 of spades or 9 of diamonds. So I'm going to check, and if he bets, I'm just giving up, but he checks behind and we hit the jackpot on the turn. Nuts with the flush draw. So I'm going to bet here, and wow, if he has jack 7, he's 100 pp's deep. I think he should bet here, raise here. But yeah, he just calls, and on the river, I'm going to bet, and he calls. Well, jack 7, of course, he's going to call. Now here I'm going to fold. Yeah, he's an aggressive one, but hasn't folded ever in the c-bet. Only one hand. Because basically when he calls the flop, he has flush draw, straight draw, and all of them hit. So I'm going to fold the set. Ew. Here we're going to shove against the shorty with top 2. No action. Here we're going to bluff the fish calling station and hope he doesn't call with any random hand. And he doesn't. Woo! Some of those 3-bet hands against this, where's the VK44, VK, whatever his hand name is. Oh, we are 200 pp's deep. Damn. Wow. I'm not going to 3-bet when we are 200 pp's deep. Let's hope that he shoves. No, he doesn't. And we have the nuts. Let's see what happens. The thing is that when we are 200 pp's deep, the whole game changes. Because now, 100 pp's deep, we can raise on the flop and jam most of the turns. But when we are 200 pp's deep, we have so much money left behind that we can't commit ourselves so easily. So here we have blockers with the 7s on some of the straights, and there's so many flush draws that we probably get calls. And if someone raises, they probably have the straight, and then we can see if we have the equity to call. And no action. Bummer. Yeah, as I said, we have a lot of 3-bet pots with this grease guy, so probably in the end we're going to check some of those if I have made mistakes or not. Here we have, wow, he pots. I'm going to, I would stack off against him, but if he raises, then I'm going to fold. And he calls, that sucks. Probably has a set or he is slow playing a straight. No, he had 2 pairs and he had the straight. But as I think he might do the same with 2 pairs and sets when he's shorty. We we also can fold the flop actually when there's player behind. We have a wrap, so if instead we have equity against the nut straight, we don't have. And even against the set, it's kind of marginal. Well, probably should fold the flop. Got carried away. Slovenian guy 3 bets, we go in position and we have the fish to bring more money to the pot. And we flop, wow. He 3 bets out of position, all kind of trash, so I'm going to call the small bet. Because the bet size is so small that it actually looks like aces. But if he doesn't have anything, it's a nasty spot for him to barrel. If he bets the turn, wow. I'm going to shove here with the trips in 3-bet pot. I think actually that with that bet sizing, he might have a hand. Or then he's just saving up for the river barrel. Now when the flush completes, I don't think he can barrel the river with the bluff. Not sure if I should just fold the turn. Now 2 back-to-back hands where I think I should have just folded instead of sticking around. Here on table 1 with the wrap on the ace-queen 10 board, when the shorty pots, it's probably just fold. And here on table 2, when he... I think the flop call is fine, but when he bets the turn so small, it's so much like value bet. Here he has just a flush draw and he makes it both times. We were 58 on the flop, so yeah. Good stack off. Oops. I thought about raising, but he's from Finland, so if I raise him, I don't think he's believing me that often. I'm actually going to move these 2 tables to the outside. No, we don't have a straight. Sometimes hard to see. And when he pots the river, I'm just going to give him the pot. Wow. There wasn't any non-regulars when we started the session, but now the tables are just full of them. there's not much good tables anymore without the line. With all the regulars. Let's see what if this table is just horrible. I'm not going to change. We have the supernova in the sky. Funny session. No one has commented on any of the hands. I hope you all are still awake. Let's go into pick a spot on this table. Hope to find some. We had great tables in the beginning. Let's hope to have good luck in finding tables. Because now suddenly all the regulars have been woken up, so now on most of the good tables, like here, you can see 4 regulars in a waiting list. So soon pretty much every table has 2 or 3 regulars in them. I'm going to bet the flop. We have a lot of folding equity, and if we get called, we have decent equity. And if someone raises, then we are just happy to fold. And we pick up the pot. And about the possible hands that we are going to analyze in the end, feel free to ask if you have some more complicated questions about the hands. It would be great to go through a little more detailed analyzing about the opponent ranges and do we have equity against his range and so on. Just go one step further and probably not explain well what I have found out that while coaching there's going to be a lot of mistakes. I don't even try to pretend that when playing 6 tables and talking to you guys at the same time it's going to be mistake free. So there's going to be a lot of mistakes. I'm going to miss some opportunities to make money. So even with the hands that I explain, if it's interesting hand, we might find out some different information when we go through it later. He donks. I'm going to. We have the pivot card, so we have a lot of backdoor stuff. But if we hit the flush, it's going to suck. When he donks, it's the first donk in 246 hands. So I'm just going to fold there. And with the flush, I'm going to check behind, and turn gives us a cut shot and a pair. I'm going to check back once more, and then on the river, I'm going to bet. And I don't think he's ever raising without the flush. And on table 3, if he raises me on the turn, I'm going to get it in with 2 pairs. And here, what we can hit 3 bets, we are in position, not a great spot. I think we have to call against him. And we almost hit the board. Have to vote there on the outside table. We win $5 from VK44. We 3-bet him, he calls. On the flop we bet half a pot, he calls. Turn we actually make the straight. We have been super lucky with the turn cards. So we check, and on the river we check. I'm trying to bluff him on this board. It's super dry, but he insta-calls, so he has overpair probably always. So I'm just going to give up. Table 2, I'm c-betting pair of jacks and wrap. Let's see what the calling station does. He calls, and I should have bet bigger on the flop so we can shove the turn. This sucks. Because now if he calls, he's going to have 80 cents on the river. And if the river completes a flush, it's going to be... Well, easy decision, of course, we're stacking off, but it kind of sucks if he goes with the draw and has 2 BBs behind or 3 BBs behind. On table 4, ace jack then 8 with suited to the jack from under the gun. If it's suited to the ace, I would open, but now probably from cutoff and button, but not from UTG. Every time when you open a hand from UTG, you have to be ready to play multi-way pot, and this hand is not a good one in multi-way pots. I'm going to fold pocket queens, bad pocket queens, can't really set mine. Out of position. Of course we would have hit the set. But set mine in out of position without any good side cards is just bad idea. Here we hit the top pair. I'm going to c-bet it. On the outside table, with 100 pips deep 3, it's going to be 15. So close. Probably just going to call. Here, how the hand goes, it's a finish. Regular, he opens from small blind, opens small. So yeah, I think I can call with huge range here. And I hit 2 pairs, he bets. I'm going to use the position just to make his life miserable. So instead of raising here, I'm just going to call and give him a lot to think on the turn. Turn is a blank, and he decides to see, but I'm stick with the plan and then call, and river goes check, 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 and he has just the pocket kings. And the reason why I think it's an interesting hand is his turn bet. When I call the flop, I have probably something, and when the turn doesn't change the board, probably can give me more outs. It's bad card for him to barrel out of position. I think when I call the flop, he should check the turn. Yeah, I might have a flush draw, so if his plan is to bet the turn and bet any non-hard river, then I think it's an okay plan. Of course, now the heart came, so we don't know if he would barrel the river without a... If the river is non-hard. But if he wants to barrel ace-high boards, like how many cards there are for the river that doesn't complete any straights? There's probably any card from 6 or higher completes a straight. Actually, 7 or higher or 5 all over. So there's 3 6s on the deck that are total blanks. So I don't think his turn card is good for barrel, because I'm not going to fold on the turn often. So he has to be ready to fight the river, and unless the river pairs, there's some kind of draw that completes, so he can't really barrel those rivers. And we call 3-bet with crappy hands, we hit 2 pairs, so if he check raises, it's kind of nasty spot. But if he check raises, why doesn't... If he had a strong hand, I think he would bet it. I'm going to shove here. And he had a wrap. And he makes it. Twice. Yeah. Oh, 60s, he had overpair too. I don't know why he doesn't bet it. He gets a lot more value. I'm going to make a note that he didn't bet it. So now I know that he has strong hands in his check range. The thing is that I'm not going to bet here with the bluffs. I have always something. And in 3-bet board, most of that something is going to raise him anyway. And then all kind of hands that I'm just going to call. Check back. He's going to miss a lot of value. So I don't really like his check raise on the flop. but paid off this time. But it doesn't matter if he c-bets, I would have raised him anyway, so the money is just going in. So I was talking earlier that when we have the shared crowdfunding, we have to pay attention to our winnings, because we have only 9 buy-ins or 8 buy-ins to this level for this coaching, and I have no idea where we stand. We have won few buy-ins and we have lost a lot of flips, so I have no idea if we are winning or losing at the moment, but we will see in half an hour. Do we end up in making profit, or do we end up in making non-profit? I'm going to check raise him on this board. Overpair, not flush draw. Wow. He doesn't c-bet. And wow, he just check folds. That's so strange. Bad queens, I'm going to fold from under the gun. And here I'm going to call, because these two are going to call anyway. And when they doesn't 3-bet, I don't think this guy has aces that often, so I'm not that worried about having someone 4-bet here. And when they call, it's going to be a big pot, and we can almost just call for set value. And we totally missed the board. They both fold. What the crap? So amazing. People call opens but folds to a 3-bet. And that half a pot is probably aces with flush draw or something like that. So suspicious bet sizing. And here the shorty shoves. We have the top pair top kicker against shorty. We are going to get it in. Let's see what he has. And he has king with the draw, and we split the pot with backdoor straight. Ooh. He has us crushed, yeah, 69 on the flop. Oops. Interesting bet sizing with the misclick. Yeah, I'm going to fold. Now I have 4 tables open on the outside, but I'm going to close the bad ones. Like table 4 is not a good one. Always have to think, where does my money come from, and out of these players, don't know if any one of them, well, this is probably a crawling station. But these 3 are regulars, so not much value in them. Not sure if we have any better, so I'm going to actually stick with this table for a while, because there's not much better tables. On the outside table, shorty from Greece opens. And now the thing is that if we call, the flop is going to be $15. He has $7 behind. We have to call on almost any flop. Because I'm not sure if he has just aces. He might have a rundown. So I'm just going to shove and see if he has the aces or not. Even against aces, we probably has almost 40%. and we miss all of our outs. Yeah, we had 37. So this time he had the aces, but he was $13 or $12 shorty. So he might shove a lot more than aces. Just wants to double up or quit. Well, I don't hate the min bet misclick, because my bet would have been a bluff anyway. So probably saved me money this time. And here you can see Sinan is 2017 regular, and he has a green color. It means that he overcalls with some of made hands, like overcalls with overpairs or top 2 pairs in spots where his hand is even just a bad bluff catcher. So if you're wondering why these tightish players have, wow, he donks to me. Well, our hand just gets better and better and better. Wow. I hope he doesn't have 2-4 of hearts. That would be... Oh, I have 4-7 of hearts. Would be sick. The thing is that what can I beat? I have all the cards in my hand. I'm just going to bet and hope he has a bluff catcher. It's just strange when he barrels the turn. And of course he fold. Probably he's bluffing. I have no idea what he could have there. As I have all the cards in my hand, I don't see there's any reason to raise the turn. But just give him an opportunity to make a triple barrel on the river. Interesting that if the river wasn't the heart or complete, so if the river is a jack of diamonds or something like that, would he barrel the river? Because he shouldn't have 3 or 5 in his hand, because all of those are in my hand. So if he's bluffing, he has to fire the river. And we still have like 20 minutes between 8. I'm going to 3-bet it against this tightest regular. And one of those spots we have top pair, and it's a kind of board where he can bluff on us with semi-bluffs. Thing is that he probably has the 7, or then he has some sort of big wrap flush draw, or he's just having like aces that he plays this way. But I don't think we have a lot of equity against his range. So I'm just going to fold. But yeah, I think that turn is a mandatory second barrel. He has a lot of draws in his range. And if we have aces, we're going to bet the turn. Made a mean raise on the button by a misclick, but we won the blinds anyway. On the outside table we lost $9. We had a nut flush draw and a cut shot on the turn. Opponent had a set, so he bet we called, and rest is history. We didn't hit the hand. My mouse is not working. I was supposed to bot here, and now I'm in open from under the gun, which is pretty horrible. Probably now someone comments on the video that, oh my god, why do you min raise from under the gun? And we just bet and hope that the spade doesn't come. I'm going to check call the river. Because if he has a missed flush draw, he's probably going to bet it on the river. And no, he doesn't. He has the 10. Wow. He has the backdoor trips, but he doesn't bet. And he calls the flop with just... Christ. 10 high flush draw. He's just going to fold so many turns. Nice hand on table 1. Let's see what happens. And here on table 3, no one bets the flop, so I'm going to stab here. And now the shorty raises on me. Wow. $4 in the pot of 20. I think we have at least that equity. And he has queen 7. Well, we had 28%, which is enough. Wow. Here, Omaha going open, sign and 3 bets, we 4 bet, and they both snap fold. They didn't have a lot of hands. Here I'm going to go with pocket jacks on the button. The opener is sort of a wild one. Then we have sort of calling station here. Probably get good value if we hit our hand. On table 4, I'm going to go with the small rundown, but from post flop or in post flop, I'm going to proceed with caution, because this makes a lot of non-nutty hands. In the outside table, we are semi-bluffing on the turn. And when the opponent thinks we are probably having at least a good equity if he calls, we have a pair open-ender and flush draw in the 3-bet pot. And he folds, which is nice. Oh, should have opened here any 4 cards when the small blind is such a tight one. And let's see what happens. We have double suited aces on the outside table. Let's see if we can get any action. Ugh, nasty, and we lost $5 there. He calls the flop c-bet. So I made a like a half a pot bet or slightly less than half a pot on the turn, just to have 40 equity if he has a straight draw. But when he calls the turn, he probably has a small flush, which he does. So we didn't make money that time. Such an aggressive guy on the big blind with short stack, so I'm not going to open as a steal. And table 3 is just a bad one. Table 2 is sort of bad one. Missed aces on the other table, we sat out. Oh, quads on table 1. Oh, and he would have aces. That would have been a sweet hand. Quads versus not full house. And of course the money would have gone in on the turn and we would have sucked out 1 outer on the river. Oh my god. That would have been nice. we had king, queen, queen, jack double suited on one of the tables in a big blind, and everyone folded. Haven't seen walks from the big blind in PLO that often. I don't know what happened. It seems that all the action died. Nothing has happened in the past 5 or 10 minutes. Close fold on table 2. From cutoff, easy open, but from the middle position, not sure the button is VPIP 45. I have no idea what the crap is going on. Now this is something that just shouldn't happen. I mean, Shachmo is 21-13 out of 700 hands. 3-bet of 5. So his 3-betting range should be made up with pretty decent hands. He 3-bets, I call, because I suspect that the Mahali is going to call, but he folds, which is a strange thing. I hit the top set in really dry flop, and he just check folds. After 3-bet, this is a great flop for him to c-bet. So I don't know if he has soul reach on me or what, but this is such a strange. And he doesn't even think, he just quick check when I bet. Quick fold. So strange check fold in 3-bet pot. Junior B is asking what's the idea in 3-bet in less than a pot. I 3-bet in position against regulars less than a pot, because I'm going to 3-bet them more. So I'm kind of balancing my range with my bet sizing, because at some point they should start to 4-bet me with wider range than aces, and my range is not that strong. So I'm 3-betting less than a pot, because then I have the positional advantage, and the higher the SPR, the more value the position gives. So I'm going to 3-bet less than a pot in position. Out of position, I'm always 3-betting for a full pot, because then I'm going to reduce the advantage from position. Here we have double suited aces, and we get a 4-bet and shove flop situation. And we actually have the open ender, which is a great thing. And we get the money in versus pair of tens. And one of his outs is actually dead. The 7 is dead. He hit 2 pairs twice, but we had 74 on the flop, which is huge. On the other hand, we made a $9 bluff on the river representing a flush, and the opponent has bet flop and turn to us, and then he check raise on the river. It's either a blocker bluff or the flush. Oh, he's a shorty, 2 shorties. Rainbow queens, I'm going to fold them. Oh, we actually got paid here. Wow. We flop full house, I bet flop, I bet turn. When he goes to turn, I pot the river. And he has a jack high flush and he calls me on the river. He's all happy. And we've had maximum value. Which is a nice thing. I'm going to put this table here. Quiet moment. That's a rare one. We have action on the outside table. We have kings and eights. We open. I'm going to show it. Let's see if. Yeah. Well, we missed the flop and he has 3 bets, so we are just going to fold here, but and he checks. That's a strange one. Well, he's the one who check folded actually after 3 bet earlier. Wow. Oh, we have the nuts on the river still. That's a good one, so we bet he folds. I'm just going to laugh on the outside table. Oh, it's not this one. It's going to open the replayer. Here he opens like 20%, so when we have ace king jack jack, I'm just going to 3-bet for pot. Isolate him, and we hit the top pair, top kicker. We are going to pot it, and he shoves, and I'm quite happy about it. But then he shows me classy hand of 6-5-4 deuce with 2 pairs, and we don't improve. And no action for aces. Let's see the second aces. If we get any better action. I'm going to 3-bet it. Let's see what happens. Nice flop. So dry we don't have to protect our hand. So I think we can use smaller bet sizing. Get calls from ace. And no action. Boring. What has happened to this Greece player? Has he lost enough that he's tightening up. Might have called with, but on table 3. But the position is so poor that it's going to just create problems. Pretty much we're going to win a huge pot if we hit the nut flush. Our straights are not to the nuts. And everyone is just folding everything on every table. Unless I'm bluffing. One of those days. Fold, fold, fold. Probably going to end the session in 1 or 2 orbits. And it's so typical I haven't marked any hands and no one has really asked for any hands for review in the end. So we are probably not going to review any hands this time. On demo 2 I'm going to see but the flop, it's so dry, and if we win the pot here, it's good for us. He calls, which kinda sucks. If he has ace, he's going to bet, and we just fold. And on one of the tables, everyone folds us when we are on the big blind with king, queen, jack, then. Kinda sucks. And there's green players. The table is full of this one, and this one is probably a call happy players, but everyone folds. They have to have a really crappy hand. Here on table 3, he bets half a pot on the flop, looks like a draw. And now he bets. I'm actually going to trust my read and going to raise him here. And he raises me. He probably has the full house. It's such a... Normally half a pot c-bet on this board is never a set, because the set is so vulnerable. There's so many draws and he should bet bigger. But now when he shoves, he probably has it, and with the bad bet sizing, he can't meet raise. I'm not sure about this guy's bet sizing. Probably, because sometimes he pots, sometimes he bets half a pot on same type of boards. So might be that when he bets pot, he's bluffing. That's something that could be checked on his database. We have 4,000 hands on him. So if we just check when he c-bets pot or half a pot, what kind of hands he has, and if we find a pattern, we can get huge reads on him. Ace is on the outside table, and we get at least some action. And we flop an ace. Ooh. An opponent donks a pot. I'm going to raise him. If he has a hand, I want him to commit as soon as possible, and turn is blank, which is great. We can make a big bet. And he folds, wow. Don't know why he donks a pot when he doesn't have a hand, but I think with just calling, yeah, we might call and hope that the diamond doesn't come and raise him on the turn. That's one option. I decided to play aggressively. Kings on table at 1. Let's see if we hit the set. And probably going to start the last orbits after this hand on table 1. Now he barrels. I'm going to roll once and let's see what happens on the river. Because if he has a hand that we beat and it's a value hand, he's going to check here. Probably now only that we beat is pocket queens or something. Because and he had the 7. Yeah. Makes sense. And then we lose $13 against Jordy. We both flop 2 pairs. I'm going to start last session, and here Wu 4 bets us pretty much aces, so we have easy decision. We just call and see if we hit the flop. And we don't. Can't stack off with 7 high flush draw. Would need slightly better hand. But he checks to us, so let's see if we improve. No, we don't. Another funny hand on the outside. I have no idea. And he checks. Yeah, he had aces. Turned it to a bluff catcher. Here we flop the quads, and I don't for $1 he calls. On the turn I bet half a pot, he calls. Now probably he has aces or kings when he calls, because he can't have a jack. And river he folds. If he has aces, why would he call the turn if he folds the river? Doesn't make sense. Oh, it's a 5-handed, so I'm going to open this one. For the sake of the last hand. And we flop just the gut, so I'm going to see bet and hope he folds often enough. And he does. So now you can make a wild guess if we made a profit or non-profit today. I have no idea. Yeah, we have big stacks on many tables, but we have also lost a lot of pots. King Queen 10 is such a scary board, so I'm just going to actually check forward my aces here. Because the guy is such a player that if he has any pair, any draw, he's not folding. So only hands I beat are 4 cards under 8 or something like that. But at least we have action, or had action today. I can't even remember how many all-ins we had. Quite many. So it hasn't been a boring session. That's the most important thing. I'm going to open my poker tracker in just a few seconds and show you how did we end up. It's always so exciting. Kind of thinking that, yeah, we won so many pots that we should be making profit, but then the graph might be whatever. So actually we are not going to play a hand here, I assume, so I'm going to move it here. And how did we end up today? Well, it could be worse. Here is our graph. Wow. Down and then here in half an hour we go from minus 35 or 36 to profit of 80. So we won $120 in half an hour, and then we went down, and then we went up. We won 20 BBs. Woo! All in adjusted winnings is over 1 buy-in, so that's great, man. Here is the graph. Down, and up. Yeah, that's PLO. Yeah, it's nice. We won $5 last Friday. We were playing PLO50 on the Finnish evening. We lost 185, so we are not making profit yet this year. But it was a fun session. A lot of swings, a lot of big pots. People enjoy. And over 800 hands. Good volume. So I think that, do we have here, no, we don't have how many BBs per 100 hand we won, but I think this is close to 12 or 13 BBs per 100 hand, which is great win rate, pre-rate back. So see you next Wednesday, and for the Finnish viewers, or if you want to see Finnish narrated PLO on the Friday. Now have a fun Wednesday and see you on the forums. This video, if you're watching on YouTube, is made by PokerMania, the best poker community in the whole wide interweb. But now let's play the awesome video and go to continue our Wednesday. Bye bye.